from Dustlecloud Studios. Like, dude, like, I'm gonna start doing.
That's funny because we are live now that you just started that. So hey everybody, we're live, and apparently Lewis is telling us that we're live here. Let me make sure we actually have live video going. So let's see here. It says it's I'm showing live over here, but not live over there yet. So
I'm seeing it. Well, it's not. There's a slight delay, but I'm seeing it. You got to hit play on the YouTube thing.
Yep.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I forgot about the delay. That's what it is. So we've got probably think about a 15-second delay from what we say to what you guys are hearing in the chat. So hey everyone in the chat, how are you? I hope everybody's having a great Sunday night.
Now I have a question.
Go ahead.
If people are tuning in through Mixlr, can they hear us talking, or is it just the video?
No, it's just the video.
Okay.
I didn't work that out yet. I probably could.
Not on Mixlr. They're not even getting it on Mixlr.
You want to bet? Give me a minute.
Oh.
Never doubt me, man. Let's see here.
He's got skills.
Yeah, well, if there's if there's a way to figure it out, I'm gonna do it. So let's see. From dusk till dawn. Why is that not going? Oh, there it goes.
Bill talks to himself while he's masturbating. He's like, "Oh yeah,
of course."
He's like,
nobody else does.
He's like, when you die and go to hell, you'll have a full head of hair. It doesn't matter. You'll have a full head of hair. Yeah, you will.
While you're queuing that up and everybody's making their way to the chat room, I'm gonna go ahead and repost it on Facebook one last time.
Yeah.
Hey, anybody in the chat room, go ahead, go out there to Facebook. Let the people know we're here. We're about ready to. We're actually going to sacrifice a live animal on air tonight.
Mm-hmm. This cat, if it doesn't quit bothering me.
Well, it depends. It depends on what Adolfo's having for dinner tonight.
What are you having for dinner, bud?
I'm having catfish tacos.
Nice.
Yeah, we had some catfish earlier on Friday, and the leftovers we're going to go ahead and just make into tacos.
Okay. We're now broadcasting also live on Mixlr. So.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
So if you guys are in the chat, you're probably going to pause the Mixlr or mute it because you're going to get double whammies going. You're going to be hearing everything in echo.
And I'm hearing a definite echo back from one of you guys.
Not me.
Not I.
It's you, man.
You sure?
I hope not.
I got everything.
Mine's turned off, completely off.
Yeah, I've got everything muted. So I don't know. Well, that's the fun part about amateur radio. We're not professionals, but we're having fun with it, and that's the main thing. So, how do you guys feel about our first week? I mean, our second week now. How do you guys feel about it?
Oh, you know what? I'll let Lewis run with it since he's the best one out of the bunch to do the talking.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Lewis. What do you feel about what we've done so far?
I'm just messing with you guys. You're like, oh my god, it's froze up. No, I was just thinking.
Well, it would be your connection that would do it.
Hey, wow, from Dustlecloud Network, it's come a long ways in a very short time. What are we crazy? Like, at what point did we think that, hey, well, hell, running a radio station has got to be easy, right? No, it's been a challenge, but it's been a rewarding challenge so far, and I think we put out a lot of really good stuff. From the Basement Review guys, Sean and Jason from Kamloops, Canada, the show that was on right before us when we came on here, they were awesome.
Yeah, that was a good format. I liked the music incorporation into their show.
They were actually supposed to have played last week, and there was a slight confusion there. No big deal, and that's part of getting used to doing this. There's where we've each run our own things. Adolfo's runs the biggest thing with his involvement with that one other thing that he does. We all deal with managing people, but we've got a lot of different people from a lot of different time zones and a lot of different, I wouldn't say languages, but different medias that they work with. And we really brought a lot of amazing things together. It's crazy the ingredients we put in this spot.
Maybe I was told in the chat we might have an echo going on. Do we want to? How's it looking? I mean, is it as long as you turn off Mixlr, maybe turn off the sound in Mixlr and play it straight through YouTube? How's that going for you guys, Keith or?
If you have
you know what it is? I know it's my end. Sorry, it was when I was rebroadcasting it through Mixer.
Okay.
So my mistake. See, that's been the funnest part about this whole thing is learning from mistakes and trying to learn everything and get everything going on the fly. Just like I didn't even think about playing it, replaying it through Mixler until somebody mentioned it, and like, oh, it'll work this way. Da, 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 da.
Well, I do know that when you mute the Mixler player, which I had to do, that's where that sound that was coming through that I was hearing was my own. You have to hit it twice to mute it. So that's what it technically is. So like,
well, it looks like we've cleared it up. So
okay, excellent, sweet. Yeah, I'm very happy with the radio station. It was something that we've wanted to do with From Dusk Till Dawn for quite a while, as we've talked about, and the fact that we finally were able to find the right people to put it into fruition is awesome. And I think one of the biggest and most pleasant surprises is how well the music shows have been received, and how well some of the shows that maybe we went in thinking were going to be filler. Such as, we had all this open space. We had open blocks where I jumped in to fill something, Carrie jumped in to fill something, Harry Bean jumped in to fill something, Bill Sess jumped in to fill something.
What do we say? Harry Bean jumps in to fill something.
Yeah,
like, that's not the first time Harry Bean's been like the finisher.
Well, and a lot of those shows have been just as well received as some of the ones that have had long-standing audiences. So I think it's really cool. I mean, Ed Gonzalez's show on last Tuesday went really well, and it's neat to see our audience being receptive to stuff that isn't just horror movie talk, horror convention talk, or these shows that have been going on for a while. They're willing to try new things. I mean, Carrie's show was the most listened to show on the network in the first 2 weeks, and she's doing a show around sludge metal and doom metal and all sorts of other music that you probably wouldn't normally listen to. Yeah, it's a girl liking metal. What are they going to do next?
Oh, a girl automatically gets like 30% more. Like it. I mean, even China, even a dude with a wig on will bring in more than a guy with a really good topic.
Yeah, but
one thing.
I think some of the stuff she's playing, though. I mean, you're either going to dig it or you're not.
I'm not trying to. I'm not down in the music. I'm just saying that it's a sexist thing.
Well, we'll find out when your operation goes all the way through us. Once you're fully changed.
Hey, I just want equal opportunity in radio and TV for men. It's just not fair.
Well, once you go through the exchange, you'll have that opportunity.
Fuck you, Bill.
No.
So what do you think, Bill? What's been your favorite show, Bill, other than your own?
Other than my own,
you can't say mine.
Yeah, well, of course, I wasn't gonna say yours. Actually, as much as I'm really surprised. I've never been a big podcast guy, but I'm listening to a lot of these shows. I tell you, John Cross's show, I really dug. I've always been a fan of Lewis's. Don't tell him, because now he's going to be like, I've got a big head. And the Idle Chatter show that comes right after mine. I don't really think I could pick just one. I mean, they've all got traits on them that I like different. I like, Lewis's. He's got, a little bit of anarchy going on there. Idle Chatter's touching on subjects that you don't normally hear. And like I said, I've never been a big podcast fan, but now that I've got him in front of me more, and I'm starting to listen to him more because obviously I have to. It's every show's been pretty different, and that's one thing I really like about what we're doing is there's so much variety. It's not just this is a network that does horror films. Okay, we've got that. We've got music. We've got video, I think that's one thing that's really going to take off big time, too, once people learn more about it, is definitely the independent movies we got coming out. I've been in discussions with a few different people, and they're going to start getting me more stuff. So what I really want to do is do a 5 to 6 week schedule out, so you're going to know what's playing. And those are slowly coming in. We didn't do last week's because we've got the big one coming this Friday, and we really didn't want to.
Hold on. What big one?
This one, buddy. You should know. You're the one who pushed it the most.
No, I know.
Now you've seen it. I haven't even seen it yet. So
yes,
Lewis,
I have.
That's
why, it needs to be the biggest deal ever. And then also, next Saturday night. I'm going to go and view it live here in town, live screening here in its own hometown. I think it's the first time here locally.
Who's doing that? But, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it's a no. Oh, actually, I saw. Oh, I'm sorry. You were up in South Bend. Anyways, I'll send you the invite to the you definitely I've already discussed it with Harry. Anyways, but it's Brian Williams and Ellie Church's Time to Kill next Friday night, right?
Yep.
Friday night, and that should be huge. And literally, we need to promote that like it's the biggest thing that's ever happened because it's an awesome movie. And hey, put the kids to bed before you tune into it. That's all I gotta say. Put the kids to bed. Make sure the little munchkins, the little wah-wahs, the little stinky butts, put them in bed and then tune in, and you will. It's awesome. I love it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I actually have it, here. It's sitting right here. I can play it at any point in time. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. No, I'm gonna wait and watch it with everybody else. I mean, I've got it sitting here right on the little server over here.
I feel left out because I'll be in Cleveland on Friday, which will be great. What's that? Well, I'll be out doing shit. I'm not gonna be able to sit at a laptop and watch a movie. Although I'd really like to. So hopefully.
I think you can watch it on your phone.
The Dead Indianapolis. Yeah, I'm not going to be out having dinner with somebody watching a movie on my phone, though.
That would be a great promo, though. Like you're with the in-laws, and you're like, oh, 1 second here. I got to tune into
yeah, I'm going to take a break here, yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Continue on with the dinner. I'm good. I got my news. Sorry, I apologize, Dolphin. Go ahead.
So, what was your favorite show, Lewis?
My favorite show, I mean, even though I felt like I was a party crasher, I loved the Ed Show. That was awesome. It was a special time because it was right after WrestleMania. What a crazy thing to talk about, the Ultimate Warrior and have him pass. Like that to actually happen. Talk about him.
I think you guys killed him.
He heard the show is what it was.
He heard the show.
He was blown away. He's like, oh my God, the show is so great.
My heart can't handle this much awesomeness. Not the first time that's happened. I'll be real honest with you. Too bad Harry Bean's not on here. He knows what I'm talking about. But then I thought that was really awesome. John Cross, that dude brings it. I listened to the show that he played for the show, and and then he was on Mo's show that was right before on Wednesday night. Wednesday nights are I can't help it. Wednesday night, I might be partial. Wednesday nights is my favorite, but every night is better than the night before. Honestly, it's everything's getting better, and we're still young. We're just almost 2 weeks old, right?
Yeah, we're still newborns
as a family. So there's a lot of we haven't even decided what bed we're going to sleep in every night. We haven't even decided what room we like best, or how this is all going to happen together as a big mess of people, and it's going to grow bigger. We're going to fill in all these other days, right? It's going to be not a 24/7 all live and original, but eventually it's going to be. I see us doing 12 hours and 12-hour replay, 12-hour live and original, 12-hour replay. Eventually,
Well, that's one thing that I'm currently working on is one of the projects. One of the projects is the video on demand that I'm going to be working on. The second thing is setting up a schedule of replays so we can get it for the shows that we do, even the live ones that we do. I'm working on a system to where they were replayed during the day, so the day listeners to go, if you want to go there on it, they got to do the 9 to 5 like myself. If you want to re-listen, I'm setting up a system to where it's basically going to almost mirror what plays in the night, but with a few-hour difference, because obviously we don't want to play it at 7 a.m. But maybe starting at 9 a.m. or something to that effect. The whole network is a work in progress.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to see nothing but improvements as we
labor of love, right? Right. It is a labor of love.
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't be up half the night. I got to switch this show. And even taking care of it through, everything that I had to. I could have had somebody else do everything, but I just wanted to make sure that anything didn't go wrong, even though a couple of things did, and that's expected. I don't let it freak me out, even though I'm like, oh my God, 10 minutes before the show, before this one, the basement show, I blew the breakers in my house. It's like, oh my God, I've got to reboot everything. So it's run out, flip the breakers, turn everything back on. Luckily, I made it with like a minute to spare, so we didn't miss anything there. It happens.
My favorite show was Ed's. I'm gonna have to go with Ed's too. I'm not a big wrestling fan, and I'm not, I haven't followed wrestling in years. But just to get insight from a guy in the business who's done this, who, wrestles and does promotion and books shows and helps other guys get in the business, that was really fucking cool. And to have his take on WrestleMania, even though I didn't even watch the WrestleMania show. With all the Facebook posts, I kind of almost didn't miss anything. But nevertheless, the fact that he could say something like, well, my sources had this opinion on the whole Undertaker-Lesnar thing. Or from what I know about the business, looking at this match, I would say that this is what was intended, or they probably have this plan down the road. It's almost like having, it is like having a guy on the inside who still has source. Up there goes the cat.
Yeah, he's my baby.
Yeah, but I mean, I liked his show a lot, and I found it very, very informative, very entertaining. When Bob Levy called in and Brad Thacker called in, it was taken to 11. But that would have to be my favorite show, and I think Harry's show was a trip too. I mean, the fact that you go from like Gladys Knight to
Slayer or Pantera,
fucking Pantera, to NWA, to all sorts of crazy shit, and that was a cool show. That was a very fun show. What about the chat? What do you guys think? What was everybody's favorite show there? I think Keith said. What did Keith say? Keith said somebody.
This guy. It pretty much consensus is I'm the favorite. Just to let you guys know. This guy.
I think what it is, it's just the whole cover, just like cover songs. I mean, I think your show is kind of a novelty, and once that wears out, and once people hear it enough times, they're gonna realize that all they're getting is a rehash of more quality shit that's on.
Yeah, that's why you couldn't even pull it off. That's why you're going down, buddy. Going down.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
See, right now I got to take a trip to Cleveland just to
practice.
No, just to get away for a while, because I think if I were to go ahead and step into the same arena as you, right now I'd probably I'd only be able to laugh uncontrollably the whole time at the notion that you are going to take me down.
I know why you're going to Cleveland. You're going there for backup. You're like, dude, man, I got this guy. He's going to whip my ass in the ring, man. What do you guys think I should do? I know Carrie's got some friends there, and you're going to be like, help me, please, help me, help me.
Help me.
Oh, I didn't go there, but
how's that go, Lewis?
Lewis?
Any insight?
You just gotta fuck him to sleep. That's all I can say.
Wasn't that an Ice Cube part? So sweet to put his dick to sleep or something. I don't know.
No, Ice Cube put her ass to sleep.
That's what it was. Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're also getting feedback from the chat. We're Carrie's show is also pretty popular. Mo's show was mentioned. Nobody's mentioned Punk and Destroy. That hurts my feelings a little bit.
Oh well, that was nice.
What can I say? You guys just don't don't have taste. You guys don't know quality when you hear it.
You wish your horror family loved you, don't they?
My horror family loves me 4 times a year.
That's about it. Time. But, that's definitely the thing that really is just really cool, and I'm really proud of, is the fact that we do have so much diversity. We're all from different backgrounds. We come together for one, general goal. And it's just it's working, and that's the really good thing, is we don't have any clashing with granted we're not playing country music, but something may come in there.
I believe we have. I mean, I think you did a few.
Well, I'm talking like a country show, though. I wouldn't mind somebody coming in and doing like an outlaw country show. What about the chat? You guys got any? I mean, what would you guys like new? I mean, any ideas? I mean, I realize a lot of people in the chat are already involved in network, but is there anything you think we should do?
Well, we'll just have to wait and hear.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There's don't forget about the delay. I've been wanting to do a music show, but You know, I'm so weird because I would go from country to fucking like wicked shit. You know, and how do you
What's
like
wicked
that's
shit? What does that mean?
um
Like Dre's stuff? Like some wicked DJ stuff?
no more like
Some ICP stuff, right?
yeah
Oh,
exactly.
God.
Oh, that's
I'm
that's
just
funny.
kidding.
I say the same thing when you talk about Nirvana, and I'm like, oh god.
Well, like I said, you know, we
Yeah,
can't all have taste.
well, you know, I'm not a big
Yeah.
Nirvana, that band, yeah, that one. But I
Yeah.
definitely see, you know, I don't see ICP joining them in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But hey, who knows? I mean, that place is so political, it's ridiculous. I guess if the fans cried enough, you know, if they maybe that's how they can get in. If they threaten to have the what is it, Juggalo Fest, or what is that called, Lewis? The Juggalo thing? What is that? The show?
Yeah, you know, Lewis. What is that?
I have no
Were
idea.
you
You're
around
gathering.
last year?
Gathering. If they threaten to
no
have the
idea what you guys are talking
gathering
about right now. What is,
on the parking lot of the Rock and
Are
Roll
you
Hall of
trolling?
Fame, if they don't put them
this
in.
is this an intervention? What the fuck is this? Is this like you guys interventioning me? Like my mom gonna pop on here? Like, hey, Wes, I'm worried about your wicked shit addiction. Getting tattoos of the Masonic clowns on your
And then
body.
you started to wear this eye patch for no particular reason and call yourself Wicked One Eye. I just don't get it.
If he starts with that
That
iPad,
sweet boy you met at the convention called on the phone and said, "I want to speak to Wicked One Eye." I don't understand.
if he starts playing that one song,
he's
I
not
love
up-
Bukake. I'm leaving. I love Bukake.
Wicked One Eye's not up right now. I'll be right in bed.
He's cleaning out the garage. He can't come talk.
Oh, shit.
Woo,
Yeah,
boy.
I hate you guys. I hate you both. You're horrible people. You should save yourself.
That's the name of the next week's show. Make Lewis cry.
Oh, I only got
I'm
tears only come from one eye.
I'm
Tears
fucking
only come from
crying,
one
fucking laughing. Shit.
Oh, and the best part is this is recorded too, by the way. In case
We'll have
everybody
to
didn't know.
replay it then.
Yeah, this is actually going to be recorded. If you want to go review the show, you can go to our YouTube channel.
I'm confused. I just want to say this now.
Keith in the chat wants to know what you're drinking, Uncle Bill.
My classic, pretty much everyday beer, Fat Tire. Love this stuff.
Yeah, that's that's what his mouth tastes like every morning when he wakes up, is a fat fucking tire.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm still laughing about the
That's why I
previous
don't
joke.
trying to change the subject, damn it.
Yeah, well, we should. I mean, we could milk this for another 35 minutes, or
Yeah, no kidding.
what is the chat? Let's I don't know. Let's take a cue from the chat. Is this supposed to be live?
That's not fair.
Interactive? What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
live interactive. Yeah, it's like, I know, Lewis, there's something out there. Nice. Yeah. Hey, no, these people aren't my people. Like, that's not fair. Like,
They
You
were
gotta
your
you
people.
realize they're on like a 10-second delay, so we got to give them a little time to
Oh,
Yeah.
they're
respond
on the,
and see our live video shenanigans and react.
we like to call it the Durr delay. I got a wooden spoon delay.
Oh,
Hey.
Keith is saying I should talk about Nirvana. Well, I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
I'm gonna go get a shot while you're doing that.
Okay. We're gonna be having I'm gonna be doing a tribute to Nirvana tomorrow at 9
Why?
p.m. Eastern,
Are-
8 p.m.
why would you
Central.
need
What's that?
like, they need more attention. That was the one thing Cobain hated. Like, you're literally like giving
Well,
into, like, he didn't want to be
Cobain's fucking
featured.
dead. I don't think he's gonna have a problem with getting any more
What do
attention.
you think he would have been like now? What do you think Cobain would have been like now?
I don't think he'd be doing it still.
Oh no, I think
I think
he'd
he'd
be
be a
fat,
recluse somewhere.
bloated. Like, it'd have been awful. He would have gotten
No.
He would have been a Lindsay Lohan of rock and roll,
I
right?
don't. You know what? If he was still on as much heroin as he was doing before, he wouldn't be alive.
True.
But
True.
I'd be curious to see.
I don't know. Look at Scott Whelan.
That's true. But it's one of those things. It's like the Ringo Starr effect, where the one that you the best ones die first, and the
Sometimes it's best
fucking
that
roaches
way.
die last.
it's best to go out before you have a chance to ruin whatever greatness you've done.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Now, like, I do think Bradley from Sublime, who died from heroin overdose, that I think he would have gone on to still make lots of great music.
Covered more songs.
Yeah, sure, but he did it, and it was like at the time people loved it.
I'm not.
Lots of reggae. So yeah, I mean. Yeah.
I'm not mad at some of Sublime's earlier shit. I think that the last album they put on was I don't know, it was a little too mild for my liking, and I don't know. I don't know how long a band like that would have legs given.
Blind Melon, another one.
Stop.
Oh, Blind Melon was awesome. For
like 2 songs, right?
No, like for like 2 albums, and then it just went downhill from there. Yeah, but yeah, hey, I mean, well, I would say the same thing. Nirvana, like it'd always be all the radio play songs. And sure, yeah, I saw the
I disagree.
On MTV and
I disagree highly.
You're a fan, and you went and seek that out. Whereas there's also just as big a following and other things that didn't become as popular. I was older at that point. You see, you're younger. You were like
I'm younger by like 2 years, dude.
Yeah, but no, I'm 37. Like all the big kids or all the big kids. Like you were all the big kids were.
Hey, actually, hey Adolfo, we've got a question in the chat that you would know more about. Sure. They're asking about our licensing issues. I told them, we do pay a flat fee, but it's not just as easy as that. You want to kind of go explain that a little bit to them, or you know what? Actually, let's not even worry about that. That's going to be something that's off the air because that's going to be an interpersonal chat.
Yeah, it's not free.
No, it's not free. Definitely not.
Sure. So hopefully we could start. Given that everything is free, and given that we run this without charging, our movies are screened for free. Everything that we do is either donated by the artists, whether it's independent bands or independent filmmakers. But there are a lot that we do have to pay royalties to, and there are services that help you report that to the proper parties. And you do write a check to them and.
BMI and ASCAP.
Yeah, it's just like with anybody else. So that's another aspect of that I think makes us cool. We're going about, we're doing it legit, we're doing it the right way, and we're doing it still completely free to everybody that wants to participate. And folks talk about independent artists, and they talk about independent music, and they talk about independent film and supporting and all that. Well, we're no different. Put your money where your mouth is. Come check us out. Come listen to our radio station. Come join us in the chat for a video feed, or join us in the chat for a movie. If you're out there and you're complaining that there's nothing good on the radio or there's nothing good on the video,
you're in the wrong place.
You're in the wrong fucking place. I mean, we've got at least 3 hours of music a day that's original content geared just towards a specific kind of music, and that's not counting what we play on downtime. I mean, on Monday we have a show dedicated nothing to like sludge, stoner metal, all sorts of progressive metal. Tuesdays, Harry Bean's going to be playing all sorts of stuff out of left field from all over the place. Wednesday, I've got a show dedicated just to punk rock. Thursdays, you got Bill doing the Hack Show, doing nothing but cover songs. And I mean, I'll give it to you. Some of it's pretty cool. But yeah, there is a variety of things going on. There is programming that's fresh and innovative, and even for the I don't even like listening to Pandora or any of that shit anymore, because you'll hear like a really cool fucking. Yeah. What's
their
that?
Their algorithms.
Their algorithms are fucking crazy. It's almost as fucking crazy as like Amazon or IMDb, where you'll be looking at fucking a Serbian film. It's like, oh well, you may also like Annie Hall,
I started a channel on Pandora, and I started out with the Exploited because I want to do an old school punk, channel.
So you're doing research, are you?
Well, you got to remember, when I did have hair back when you were still in a diaper, I did have the 13.5-inch mohawk. You know, and that's back before, you know, that's back. I broke the ground for kids like you. You could do
like sucking an invisible cock. What's he doing?
Practicing. I don't
Practicing. Help me.
But you know, 3 songs later, after I started this channel, it went, you know, it went to Exploited. It did some Fear, and then it was Blink 182. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so it's qualified as punk, so they're gonna play it, you know, and that's one thing.
It's not qualified as punk. Anybody that qualifies Blink 182 as punk.
What?
Well, it's listed in the genre. That's all I can say is when they.
Oh yeah.
You know, but you know, that's one thing. All of our music is handpicked. We don't rely on algorithms. It's like, hey, I want to add the full discography of Slayer into this mix, and you know, we've got a random mix that runs about right now. It's sitting at about 20,000 different songs. And it plays it all at random, and I was like, hey, I want to add this album in, so I'll put that in, you know, and mix, you know, and basically it is shuffled. I will say that I'm not sitting there picking every single song all day long, but you know, it's constantly updated. You know, when I think of something or somebody says, hey, can you throw some of this in? Yeah, as soon as I get home, boom, I throw it into the mix, and it's going to be in there. Now it may be a while till you hear it, but it's still going to be in there somewhere, and it's
there's enough variety too where, you know, even on like a Live 365 station or some of those kinds of channels, it's so limited what you can pick, you know, and you end up hearing like the same Megadeth song or the same Pantera song twice or 3 times in the same block, and that, look at this bad boy bringing out the Jaeger.
Yeah. It's Sunday night, man. I gotta go back to work tomorrow.
Oh, okay, that's how you get down, huh?
Yeah, you know, gotta do something.
He's pre-gaming for Days of the Dead already.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have my flask.
Hold on. What's he
jacking off again?
What are you getting ready to do there?
He was like,
run out of the bottle?
Fuck yeah! Ain't nobody else drinking off this but me. And
the boy.
I mean, that's why you can see the frost, man. That shit comes straight out the freezer. Has everybody had this, by the way, the Jägermeister Spice?
I don't fuck with that.
It's pretty good. It's a little different. It's more like a cinnamon taste. It's good.
I have to send apologies to everyone the next day after things like that.
Well, but no, like, you know, to conclude what I was saying, you know, I think that we have enough thought out original programming to anyone out there that complains that there isn't enough good shit out there on the music level, there isn't enough good shit on the film level. I mean, Hoover has absolutely brought it so far with the programming. Mm-hmm. I mean, he had I Am No One debut our first week, which was incredible, and we have
nuts.
It was nuts, and then we have the film that we're going to be announcing tomorrow, playing for next week, and you know, we may do the truck pretty soon as well. So
we had him on our
lots of cool. Yep, lots of cool independent films that are coming up. I mean, if you're bored with what's going on in the horror genre and you're tired of the remakes, but you're not looking at what's going on in the independent scene, you're full of shit.
If you rely on what Hollywood puts in your face, you're not gonna enjoy yourself as a horror fan. Or just
the mainstream in general. You know, if you like the mainstream, if you like the Hollywood, that's cool, man. I'm not mad at you. You know, do whatever you like to do. But you can't be sitting one of these cats here, you know, sitting on your ass posting on Facebook or, you know, Twitter or whatever, that there's nothing new, nothing original. You just haven't found it, and we're here spoon-feeding it to you.
Let's put this out here now. Anybody out there that knows anybody that's got any professionally made shorts that they might want to submit, I think that we should, you know, every once in a while we should be able to compile enough shorts to be able to do a shorts night, which is, you know, that's one of our other ways of providing original content without having to pay royalties.
Yeah, yeah.
And we maybe, well, I don't know, like you never know. Like there might be like this thing's still so young. Like we have such big plans for the future of this. It's kind of daunting. And I was gonna tell you guys this a little bit later, but and we'll see how it goes with the video programming. But there's a chance we can get on like the Roku, the Roku boxes. That's absolutely possible too. Absolutely. I know people that have done it, so we're going to be looking at that. No. It's not a matter of paying. It's a matter of getting approved.
Well, if you're involved, they're not going to approve us.
That's why I need you guys.
So you need the face.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I just need to be back there. I'll be the guy behind the curtain. we'll see. You never know. You never know. Like there's like crazy things in the horizon.
Behind the curtain or on the other side of the glory hole?
Hey, don't ask, don't tell. You don't ever ask what's on the other side of the glory hole. You know that's like rule number one of glory hole usage is never ask what's on the other side.
Keith, hey Keith, who's the you had a question there? You said any thought of doing your own film festival?
Yeah, we do it 4 times a year. It's called Days of the Dead's Real Film Festival, presented by Jab Pictures.
Yep, and that is.
I mean, I guess we could, but here's the thing. Jason Hoover, who also does that film festival, does our video programming. So it would almost be like competing against yourself. So
we can't compete against Hoover. That man stays up 3 days straight and is down there switching the movie every 90 minutes or however long the movie is. He never misses a beat. He has that movie switched like that.
He saves money because he doesn't have to get a hotel room.
He doesn't sleep. Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was fucking nuts. And see, I've offered him help, but he's like, I just want to make sure it gets done right. And I'm sure even if you could bring in the best person in the world to assist, but I got to have my hand on everything, and I got to personally supervise that every film goes well from beginning to end. And he starts at Friday at 5 p.m. and leaves. It ends Sunday at 5 p.m. And that's not counting the fact that it's not like he's just getting up on Friday at 4, heading down and doing the film. No, that motherfucker's been up since like 6, 7 in the morning. He's driving to Indy. He's securing, or whatever show, wherever the convention's at. He's securing all the gear. He's putting everything together. Sunday night, he's taking it all down, taking it all back. So he really goes for about 4.5 days straight. He's a fucking machine. He's an absolute animal.
Yes. And he's still partying with you the whole time too. It's not like he's like, "Oh, I'm tired." Yeah. He's like, "Oh, let's go drink another beer. Want a shot? Let's go. Let's go have a cigarette."
He's great. That guy has more stamina than I fucking.
And he works during the day too. It's not like this is the only thing he does. He has a day job. So, Keith was saying, Keith, we do take. They do take submittals at the show. Get a hold of Adolfo or send an email to info@daysofthedead.net.
Submittal?
Submittal.
Like submissions, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Wow, like where have I been? I've never heard that term. I've never seen like.
It's a $3 word for a 50-cent mind.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Fair enough.
You're so smart.
I would say send the
eyebrow with his sayings.
Yeah,
Yeah. I bought a saying of the day calendar. It was.
I'm on the internet. I can do that too.
On the internet.
Send some information to info@daysofthedead.net, and we'll go from there. Or they'll go from there. Sorry.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we say, since the chat seems kind of shy, what all is everybody who is everybody looking forward to seeing the most at Days of the Dead in Indianapolis, guest wise?
Dario.
At first I wasn't sure, but to be honest with you, I'm kind of looking forward to meeting Feldman. I say that because I think he's going to be a cool dude. Like I think he's going to be actually interact with the guests, and I think he's going to be like that. Like, and I love Jason Mewes, but like for whatever reason, I thought Jason would have been with the people more, whereas teach their own. But for whatever reason, I just in my head, I think Feldman's going to be like out there, like he's going to be at the VIP party, he's going to be at the regular party, he's going to be wandering around the hallways. Because
I don't know if Feldman's that guy, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
I've been to a few times, never at a convention. I don't think Feldman's necessarily that guy. The thing with Jason, though, not to necessarily come to his defense, but I've seen him hang out and party and stuff like that. But too many people try to offer that guy drugs when he hangs out, and it just seems like the thing to go ahead and smoke a joint with Jay and give him drugs and all that, and he doesn't do that, and he's not about that anymore, and he's been clean for a long time.
Nice.
But constantly having that shit thrown in your face, it's uncomfortable, and it's not a cool thing. And I actually saw a guy try to pick a fight with him once because he wouldn't smoke out with him, and
he thought it was an insult, and You're right. You're right because people are assholes. I forget about that, and it's a shame because that's because Jay would just be cool to hang out with. You're just to be around just because it's Jay, right? You don't have to. It doesn't have to be a drug thing or whatnot.
Yeah, no, Jay was cool. We spent a lot of time together, and Jay was just, cool to hang out and talk with. Once you get over the fact that he's Jay Muse, and you talk to him on a personal level, when we went hanging out at Walmart, that was, it was just like, three, it was me, my wife, and him, and we were just bouncing around Walmart, making fun of stuff, and we're getting donuts on a fan, because he doesn't like sleeping without a fan. He was just a cool person to hang out with. Once you got over the fact he was the infamous Jay Muse, he actually, has a personality of a person you want to get to know.
Cool Jason Muse story. One of the first times I met him was in Orlando. This might have been the second time I met him, and I went to a convention there, and it was the week of my birthday. And so a bunch of friends of mine from Florida, we kind of, it was about the time of Rick's birthday too. Our birthdays are separated by about 5 days or so. So they kind of threw a joint party for us, a mutual party, not a joint party.
That sounds like, dude, I didn't know you smoked.
Oh, dude.
Dude, all this time now, I haven't smoked for like 15 years.
Look at his beard.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Lewis always has to interject with something.
Crash, burn.
But anyways, so we're all hanging out by the pool. Danny Trejo's there, and so it's fucking Jason Muse, Danny Trejo, the Elm Street chicks are eating up the fucking cake that we got. It was the most surreal little birthday party. Jason Muse, we had this cooler, which was one of those inflatable coffin coolers, right? And it had been emptied out. We drank all the beer. And just somebody's like, hey, Jay, I dare you to find out if that floats. Like, just throw it in the fucking water and commandeer it across the pool. And without the guy's like, okay, just like grabs it, dumps all the ice and water out, and just fucking cannonballs into the pool with this like coffin cooler that, he literally, it was really just his ass and his toes in the, just so small. And then he's just kind of floating along. And the front of it had an inflatable skull that was supposed to be coming out of the coffin. So he's just like gripping the skull and having it give him head while he's floating around the pool. And then Danny Trejo just comes in and picks him up out of it. And it was weird. It was the fun kind of thing that you see at horror conventions. That's why Days of the Dead needs to get a pool party going on, because the kind of stuff that happens around the pool is fun.
Yeah, they have to disinfect that thing when they're done, though.
For sure. But yeah, Jay's a cool guy. I think I'm most excited about meeting Doyle, being a big Misfits fan, and the fact that he never comes out not in makeup. That's gonna trip me out. That's gonna be just as exciting as seeing Odorous in the costume. And War fan. Just that's like some cartoon shit. You know what I'm saying? That's so. It's a character that's so larger than life. I saw Doyle play with Danzig last year, and they when they came out, they were like strumming downbeats on the guitars, like bump, 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 and he's just coming out stomping to it, bump, 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 and he looks like a giant fucking Frankenstein's monster. And it was so surreal and so larger than life. And he's a big fucking dude. And next to Danzig, he looks like an even bigger fucking dude. Because Danzig's all of 5'3". So he just comes out stomping to the riffs, and they go right into Death Comes Rippin'. And it was like, wow, this is crazy. This is surreal. And I'm tempted to wear my my Captain Harlock shirt from Western Evil to take that picture. That old Captain Harlock shirt that Danzig used to wear in the Misfits early on with the skull and all that. Just because that's going to be like my little kid moment. That's going to be my sort of sitting on Santa's lap kind of moment.
Well, here's a question for you, Adolfo. Who's been the best, or who is the one person out of all the cons you've ever been to that was just you were blown away and was just the biggest thing you ever seen, as in the biggest person that you always wanted to meet that you finally got to, whether it be at Days or any other con?
Clive Barker, probably. Clive Barker, maybe John Carpenter. Although John Carpenter was a little dry. John Carpenter's kind of, you go, you meet him, he's there, he's very, I don't know, he's not very engaging unless you talk to him about basketball, and then he perks up.
Now, see, if I talk to him, I'd have to actually not talk about his films. I would actually talk about his composing, because I'm one of the few people who actually like his composing better than his movies.
I agree. I'm 100% with you on that. I agree.
I have
totally.
There's one of the writers on TC, Eduardo Victoria. He is going to school for music study, but that's the main thing that he's like kind of like into is score and stuff like that. But he did a really nice write up on John Carpenter's music and what he's added to the genre and how that it's actually influenced other movies, like things that I've never really even thought of before. I was like, wow, like that's you can kind of tell like he did it as a paper, for school at one point. It was pretty good, but it's out there. I agree. Like, ask him the questions that they're not used to getting a billion times. All right. As fanboys, we all like just like Adolfo. He's like picking out, dude. That's funny. You say like you actually you've decided what T-shirt you want to wear to get your picture. Like to actually take that much.
Yeah, he didn't say he was going to get his picture. He just wanted to see him. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get a picture.
No. He wanted the T-shirt for the picture.
Are you gonna bring your own box, Adolfo? Because you're gonna have to.
Well, I can kind of what I'll do is I'll do kind of like a hold on.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll do kind of something like this, and I'll wear the shirt, and we could do like an old school Misfits photo,
Well, you're about the same height as Glenn. So
yeah. I got about 3 inches on Danzig, so.
Now, would that be vertical or never mind?
Oh, whoa! I wasn't gonna say that.
You know what? I missed it. I missed whatever he said. I missed it.
Okay, good. Never mind. Anyway,
I'll send you a transcript.
Yeah. If you like a transcript, said 1999.
The video replays. We'll see it. Yeah. Clive was really cool though. Clive was really cool. It was a shame when I met him. He was struggling. His health kind of goes back and forth. And it was one of those times where he was struggling. He was very heavily medicated. He could barely talk. He fell asleep while signing one of my posters. But it was, for a guy like myself that's a big writer and who's always sort of had that dream of doing that for a living, Clive was a really big inspiration to me. And Clive was a guy that, when I was in a bit of a writing slump several years ago, I went ahead and reread a lot of his books, and it sort of kick-started my creative juices again. Not that there's anything similar in my style to Clive's, but just reading somebody's work who I appreciate so much and who's so good at their craft just kind of, it was like that kick in the ass that I needed to sort of push me in the right direction. But Clive was just so generous with every single fan that came to him. He had you sit next to him. And he pulled you in close to him because he couldn't talk. His voice was gone, and it was right around the time either before or after the second polyp surgery. But he was doing bad.
That was a show here in Indy, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
And he kind of pulled you close, and he let you talk to him. You could whisper in his ear, and then he'd whisper back to you, and he'd say a couple of things and just tell you how much he appreciated you. And it was very touching. He didn't have to do that. He could have just signed and said, keep
Thanks,
it going.
bye, yeah.
Right, but he made sure that everybody's was personal. It wasn't the same thing that he told the guy before and the girl after, and it was really awesome.
What about you, Lewis? Who's your best person that you've met at one of the cons? Because you're fairly new to the con scene. You've been,
honestly, I kind of am. Something that you said earlier that who I was looking forward to most, I said Feldman, but I think the Soska sisters is probably who I deep down, honestly, like I kind of forgot because that excitement I lived it a little earlier, but yeah, like the Soska, I can't wait for that. But the coolest that I've met, gosh, I think Leslie Easterbrook is probably the most genuine, most awesome experience I've had with a celebrity ever. That woman basically gave me a verbal like hour, like 90, almost a 90-minute hug of an interview.
Mm-hmm.
She sat down at our podcast table, and literally, it was so awesome that I almost like other celebrities were walking by us, and I kind of wish she would like we had more microphones, or she would get up and leave because they were wanting to sit down and check this out, right? But it was too awesome to stop. I mean, I couldn't tell her like, "Hey, we're done." Yeah, she was spectacular.
I'd have to say
she was a surprise, but she's a talker too.
That's what I've heard.
More than me, believe it or not.
She overtalked you? Wow.
Oh, I could never overtalk her. Wow,
and she also did part of your intro too. She's like one of the first ones. This is Leslie Easterbrook. So.
Yep.
I'd have to say one of my best experiences was Brian O'Halloran. Just from hanging out with him a little bit at the show here and there, and then after the show in Chicago, we actually all went to dinner and just hanging out with him in that personal level, hearing some of the stories, and I had to ask him a little bit, about the con thing. I wanted to get the inside scoop. I won't lie. I was like, what's some of the things that you don't like? He's like, honestly, it's saying the same things over. And secondly, the people that just don't quit talking, because, it's general rule, you go up to get your autograph, say what you want to say, do a little bit of interaction, then you move on. He was telling me of a story where it was a little bit of a slower show, and this guy literally stood next to his table for an hour and wouldn't stop talking. Even when other people would come up and, he'd be signing their autographs talking to him, the guy'd be like, well, and then what about this? And it was like a Star Trek type of kid, where he's like, what about in episode 14 where the Klingons, the guy, and finally he was just to the point where he had to have the guy removed because he was just wouldn't shut up. And hello, Kat, how are you? But, just going to hang out with him afterwards, and doing dinner with him, and he was just really good with his people, that came up. He never signed, he did sign a lot of the things the same way, like the Clerks 2 stuff he signed, you never asked him out there, but he held a genuine conversation with every single person because they usually ask the same thing, hey, when's Clerks 3 coming out? It was funny because after listening to him for a while, I could say the same things, and we talked about it over dinner. But, afterwards, he would definitely, talk to the people and interact with them. And that was just so cool because you get a lot of stars that don't do that. They're just like,
Where'd you guys go to dinner?
Some Chinese place. I don't remember the name of it, but it was really good.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Did anybody recognize him at the Chinese place?
No, I was actually surprised. Was it
that place right across from the Lego?
No,
Planet?
We were actually planning on going there, but they were closed.
That place is great.
Yeah, this place was actually a little bit closer to the airport. I was actually surprised nobody did. I was kind of waiting for it, just maybe get my own little star moment. Hey, that guy's sitting with Brian O'Halloran. He must be famous too. I thought maybe I could get an autograph signed. Maybe I'd sign an autograph. Well, I'm Bill. Now that I have this network, though, I'm gonna have people asking for my autograph. I'm getting my own table and VIP passes and assistants.
Hey, hold on. We can get assistants? I want assistants.
Yeah, 2 of them. You can get 2.
I want 2 assistants. Preferably. Can I get the ones, whoever, like Circus Sippy had down in Atlanta that had the horns? Can I get those 2?
You know what place is good that you got to check out when you next day's at that Chicago show? It's Ram. It's right, there's that mall right across from the.
It's a brewery.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that right next? That's on the other side of the Lego store, like on the back end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had talked about going there too, but he wanted Chinese, and you can't ever go wrong with good Chinese. So.
Right.
We have Ram and Fishers.
What's that?
We have a Ram across the street from our work in Fishers, Bill.
Oh, is there one up there now?
Okay.
I'll have to check that out.
Well, I don't know what it was, but Harry on the first night, right on Thursday night. Harry ordered this cake, which was seriously like, let me get in full frame there, like that big, no lie. It was like a 9-layer cake, and it was that wide, and they poured like this caramel drizzle over it, and he was stoned that it was fucking mine. So it was fantastic. But no, and we had they have some great burgers. I mean, anytime you could put a fried egg on a piece of ground beef that's cooked medium rare, you're doing it right.
Yeah.
And you should. Is there any good places to eat in Indy? I mean, by that hotel or any place you could recommend? I mean, the hotel place is pretty good, but just at a little change of
not
pace.
Really. There's not too much around there. I mean, that's kind of the weird part about the Indy Hotel is it's kind of.
I think by the back door will be a lunch truck called Diablo Tacos.
Oh, that's true. We're gonna have the taco truck.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be like they're gonna have.
I don't know if we can have Adolfo go to the taco truck, man. He's like the taco man. You know,
if there's going to be a taco truck at Days of the Dead, I got to approve of it. So I'm going to have to go in and make sure it's got the goods.
How many days in a row have you ate tacos so far?
You know what? Me and Carrie talked about this, and we were not going to start our because the original plan is to eat 22 days and beat the Undertaker's streak, at what he does. So. But we're going to start after we get back from Cleveland, just in the event that we might be at a place and somebody may not want to eat tacos. We don't want to have that interrupt our 22 days in a row. So with that's in the works. That's being planned out. Our biggest streak, I think, was 14 or 16.
I think you need to do a blog. Put it on the From Dusk Till Dawn website. We'll get you a page of each day what the taco is.
And
we'll do that.
That way, that other people can then comment on your recipes.
Why don't we do a recipe page on the show, or not on the show, but on the page?
You know what it is though is we don't really, we don't plan shit out or measure it. It's just sort of like we grab a bunch. It's like what do we have?
A pinch, a douse, like there's. Yeah.
Get the fuck
it
off.
can be done. That's one big pussy you got in your lap.
Hey, it's more than you've got.
Oh,
we got one big pussy on the show.
Oh, well, Adolfo's got that big black pussy running around too.
Whoa,
I went there
with the snaggle tooth.
Oh wow.
Anywho, it looks like we're coming down to the wire. So,
yeah.
Anything else?
What's the name of your cat, Adolfo? It's not Pam Grier, is it? Because that'd be really racist.
No, it's actually
Lewis to take it even farther down the hole.
Because it wasn't enough that interview we did with Mikey where.
Hey, it's because
you must be great at planning parties.
Well, no, dude.
Confetti pops down. Oh.
No, I did not mean to come out and describe him as Rip Torn.
Tim Curry must be your favorite actor.
No, I know. It was like a fucking Tourette's. I can't help it. It was like Austin Powers, moly. I'm that's why I'm a professional. Because I'm not afraid to say anything ridiculously.
And that's why no one returns to your show.
Is that a pet name, Molly?
Oh, well, it's getting late. Did this show over with?
Yeah, I think we're about done.
The cat's name. Wait, the cat's name is Elvira. And I have a dog named Ripley. After Sigourney Weaver and Alien.
Hold on, no. Philpott has the dog named Ripley.
I know, I had it first, though.
Philpott's dog. Literally, I've had bowel movements that... Anyway, I've eaten bread bigger.
Lewis has had bigger things in his ass
than that dog.
Molesworth has had...
Why you got to bring him into it? He didn't do anything.
No, that came out of my mouth. I apologize.
He's so far down. He's like, I'm gonna change it to somebody else.
Yeah, what an asshole! What an asshole!
Shit. Why do we put up with him?
You know what? We should have Molesworth on the next roundtable.
Yeah, actually, we should.
Since he's the number one Days of the Dead fan, I think he'd be an interesting guy to talk to.
Yeah, I will. I'll Lewis, why don't you reach out to him?
Nope, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to make it that week.
Well, somebody should reach out to him, and I'm serious. Somebody should reach out to him and
I think it'd be a
cool, change of pace, a cool little guest there.
Yeah, well, my cat's already gonna be a guest because he won't leave me alone. Fucking.
You know what? Give the cat his own headset, and we'll.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, the cat could probably do its own music show.
Meow, 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 meow. Here, look up.
5 Nirvana albums.
No animals were harmed during the filming of the show.
And they call it a tribute, right? That's, there you go.
Well,
Anywho.
it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody had fun tonight. I did. Next week, I'll try to get a little Molesworth. We'll see what we can do.
You know what? You need to hold off on that because I won't be available for next week's roundtable, and I would like to be a part of it. Well, or you know what? Molesworth can take my spot. He can take my spot. We could do Molesworth, Lewis, Uncle Bill, and maybe Harry Bean will show up this time. He won't
I doubt it.
fall asleep with a bottle in his hand.
Well, it's
like
him and Hoover are hanging out tonight, so who knows?
Oh yeah, they won't. They'll resurface on Thursday.
Yeah. Say, dude, I don't know what happened. Well, he better before that because Harry shows Tuesday, so he's got 24 hours to get that bitch in, unless he's gonna go live again. So that's all.
He'll go live from like Vermont.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing in Vermont? I don't know. I woke up in Vermont and Jason Hoover texted me and he said he was in Seattle.
Yeah. And it was raining. We don't know.
It must have been a great time.
But anyways, thanks everybody for coming out. Hope everybody had fun. We'll do this again next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Hopefully be a little more prepared, but if not, I don't care. It's fun just to hang out with everybody. You know, that's one of the fun things about this network too, is we're also in different places, but we're still hanging out every single day. So it's like, you guys need to leave my living room. So
I just want to say, hey, don't forget, I'm on the internet. Dramatic folks.
You're gonna go there.
All right, see you later.
All right, we'll see everybody later. Bye-bye.